Good morning, students. Can you hear my voice? Hello, can you hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Today we will start a new chapter. It is a cash book. Chapter number 7. Chapter number 7. Listen, whenever any transaction is happening in the business, that transactions will be recorded either in journal or in subsidiary book. Whenever any transaction is happening in the business, that transactions are entered either in the journal. Means all the transactions we are writing in the journal. Otherwise, another choice is there. Subsidiary book is there. According to subsidiary books, there are 8 books are there. According to subsidiary books, there are 8 books are there. 1, 2. Here only one book only there. If all the transactions we are recording in the journal, only one book only there. Then according to the transaction is happening, according to the order of the transactions one by one, we will write all the entries in one book. That is a journal. But this is not practical if the number of transactions are more. Suppose in one day, near about 200 transactions are there. Then one person cannot handle this book alone. One person is not enough to write all the journal entries. That is why we are dividing the work among the staff. Okay, we are dividing the journal book into many books. So 8 books are there according to subsidiary. So if we are making subsidiary books, then journal will not be there. In the place of one book, here only one book only there. But here 8 books are there. And maybe, sorry. Maybe this first 2 book or 3 book will handled by one person, and the next 2 book will handled by another person, and the last 2 will be another person. So we can do the division of work we can do through the subsidiary books. Okay, this book is handled by one person, one staff, and this is another staff, and the last 2 is by another staff. Like that, if the number of transactions are more, then single book is not enough. Then we are making subsidiary books. In the subsidiary books, one of the book is cash book. That is our topic. Today's topic is a cash book. Then purchase book is there. Sales book. Purchase return book. Sales return book. Bills receivable. Bills receivable book. Bills payable book. Lastly, one journal book. So like that, 8 books we are making. In the place of one book, we are making 8 books. then it is known as subsidiary books. Okay, and this name of this different book is given in the beginning of this chapter. We are studying chapter number 7. In that it is given what are the different subsidiary books. It is given that you can see later. Then in that today's topic is this first one, the cash book we are studying today. Then I am going to directly to the cash book. Okay. Cash book is one of the subsidiary books.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, page number 6.29.
What is the page number?
6.29.
6.49.
29.
Okay, 29. Yes.
So question number 9, we have to write in the copy.
This I explained. I told that this will not come in the examinations.
Yes, sir.
Okay, leave it. Okay.
So we have to not write.
You understand it? There is no need of solving in the copy. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Then we are coming to cash book. In the cash book, we are recording only cash transactions. In this book, we are recording only cash transactions. Only cash transactions we are taking in the cash book. There are many type of cash book is there. Types of cash book. Single column, double column, triple column, like that. Different type of cash books are there. And one more is there, petty cash book. In that, this is not in our syllabus. Double column cash book is not there in our syllabus. That is why this will not study. And the rest of the things, a single column cash book, a triple column cash book, and petty cash book, we have to study. Then in that, the first one, single column cash book. Here, the format I am making now. First of all, we have to find out the middle of the pages, and there we are giving 2 lines. 2 lines we are making very close to each other. This line divides the total page into 2 equal halves. After that, here one amount column is there, and here also one amount column. Then this side, one date column is there. Here also one date column. After the double line, here one date column is there. Now from the this amount column, here a small column, one more small column. The same will repeat this side also. And here we are making one class for that. The name of the column we have to write in this column. So this is the format. This is the format of single column cash book. This is the middle line. First of all, you have to make the middle line. That should be in the middle of your pages. Then this side, how many columns are there? The same columns will be there this side also. The heading will be, the heading we are writing in the middle. Here we are writing cash book. format is given in your textbook in page number 7.5. Page number 7.5, its format is given. But listen here, if you are listening, then easily you can understand. Then here the first column will be, and I told you this line makes this into two equal halves. What are the columns coming here? The same will repeat this side also. So this is first column is 8. Then after this line also this is 8. And this we can write later. This column is known as VN, voucher number. Voucher number, short form VN. This is LM, ledger folio. This is amount. The same will repeat here also. Voucher number, ledger folio, amount. Then this column and this column we have to write the date. This is a two things we are writing here. So on top we are writing particulars. This also particulars. So the columns are same. Okay. Here one date column, here also one date column. Here particulars, here also particulars. Voucher number VN, here also VN. LF, ledger folio, there also ledger folio. Amount, there also amount. Then this is a particulars column. One more name is there. This is a receipt. Receipts. And the other particulars column, this is payment. Payment. Then listen, this side from this middle line to this left hand side is known as receipt side, and from this middle line to the right hand side is known as payment side. This side is known as receipt side, and this side is known as payment side. And one more thing, this side is also known as, this left hand side is also known as debit side, and this side is also known as credit side. So here we can write a DR, debit, from the middle line to this side, or this is a receipt side, and this side is known as payment side, otherwise credit side. Here, see here, credit side. So this is the format of single column cash book. This is the format of single column cash book. Then in the beginning I told them cash book we are using to show only cash transactions. If a credit purchases is there, it will not record here. Credit sale is there, it will not come here. Whenever we are writing the journal entries, in that debit aspect is a cash or credit aspect is a cash, those transactions only coming here. Cash purchases, cash sales, payment made to someone, cash received from someone, paid expenses, received income, this only coming in this account. The other transactions is coming. In the beginning I told there are 8 subsidiary books are there. Okay, so except the cash transactions, the rest of the transactions are coming in the other 7 book. In the subsidiary books, cash book is the only one book. Cash book is one, and some other book also there. So in the cash book, we are taking only what? Cash transactions. There. We are coming to the cash book. When we are receiving some money, we are thinking from the side of the business. When we are thinking from the side of the business, when any cash is coming into the business, this will be recorded this side, in the receipt side. That is why the side is known as receipt side. And when any payment is made by the business, it is coming in the, here the middle line is there. After that, this side will record. If we understood this, then half is over. Okay, when any cash we are receiving, this we are recording this side. And when we are making any payment, then the payment will come the right hand side or in the payment side. Okay. Now, here the date we can write. How we are writing the date in the journal? We are mentioning the year, then month, then day also we are mentioning the same way. This is column, date column we are using. Any transaction is there, there we can write the date. How we are writing the date in the journal the same way. Then in the particulars column, this is the particulars column receipt. Here, when we are writing something, actually here we are writing one of the aspects. If you are thinking about the journal entry, in the journal entry, debit aspect is there, credit aspect is there. So here we are writing the credit aspects. Here we are writing the credit aspects. And before writing the credit aspects, here we are using 2. For example, cash account debited to capital. When we are writing the journal entry in the journal, if the businessman contributed some money, the entry is cash account debited to capital. That to capital we are writing this side. After writing to, we are writing capital. Okay. So whenever any money we received, the credit aspect we are writing here. Suppose we received money from Raju. We received money from Raju. Then it is a receipt here. We are writing to and Raju. Raju is the credit aspect. If you are thinking about the journal entry, what is the journal entry for? Money received from Raju. Cash account debited to Raju. So that credit aspect we are writing here in this side. And this side, we are writing the debit aspect of that transaction. This side we are writing credit aspect. In the receipt column we are writing credit aspect. And this side we are writing the debit aspect. For example, salary paid. Salary paid, what is the journal entry? Salary account debited to cash. This is the cash transaction. This is we are recording in the payment side. And when we are recording this transaction in the payment side, here the debit aspect is the salary. So salary we have to write. Salary we have to write. And one more thing, before writing salary, here we are using 2, and here the writing will be by we need to use always. When we are writing any debit aspect here, we have to start with the by. By salary account. So what I told you, it is clear. This side we are using to record the receipt of cash, and in the receipt column we have to write the credit aspect. For example, the transaction is started a business with the cash, entry is cash account debited to capital. This is a money received. We are thinking from the side of the business, money received. So this should come in the left hand side, or in the receipt side it should come. This is a transaction. And when this we are recording, this is credit aspect we are writing in the particulars column. To capital we are writing here. The credit aspect we have to write in the particulars column. And this is the second transaction. This one, salary account debited to cash means this is a payment for us. This transaction is coming this side, in the right hand side or in the credit side it is coming. Then what will be the writing in the particulars column? Here this is the debit aspect. Debit aspect we are writing here. Okay. So in the particulars column here we are writing the debit aspect, and here the particulars column we are writing the credit aspect. And we know to find out what is the debit and credit aspect in the first journal entry chapter we studied. If we are knowing the journal entry, then easily you can write what should be written in the particulars column. Here also, if you are knowing the journal entry, then what should be written in the this payment column, that is automatically we are understanding. And one thing is important, always we have to use this by this side, and this side we have to use it too. Then according to the date wise, this is transaction civil right. Okay. Suppose this side I written 4 amount in 1 month. There is 4 cash transactions are there. Here the amount was 20,000. Afterwards, another transaction was there 30,000. Then 10,000, and here 40,000. So 4 transactions have happened this side, and this side 5,000. And by way of another transaction, 15,000, then 60,000. So like that the transaction, and here we have to write what is the debit aspect against this amount, and here also against this amount. Actually, this is the amount of capital is 20, and 30,000 against Raju, the 10,000 against also here something is there. So like that the entries will be making in the cash book. And end of the month, we will find out how much cash is with us. Okay, end of the month, we will find out how much cash is with us. For that, this is the money we received. This is the receipt side from here to that side. So this is the total money we received. This is the total money we paid. So we can find out it's a difference, and easily we can find out that how much is the balance. So the cash book will help us to understand how much cash is with us. Okay, but if we are making all the journal entries in the journal, we cannot find out how much cash is with us. It is not easy. Here it is easy because we are taking only cash transactions only. When we received the money, it is recorded this side, and when we made the payment, it is recorded the other side. And we have to take only the difference of this two, then we can easily understand how much cash is with us. Okay. Then we can do one question. So this much you understood now. So we are going to solve the first question. We are going to make one single column cash book. It is given in page number 7.45. Page number 7.45. There. First of all, you can make one full page. Okay, one full page. You can make one column like that. After that, we can do that question. Okay, I am giving 2 minutes time. And which line you have to make? Firstly, this middle line. Okay. First of all, you have to make them this middle line and this line. This line you draw. After that, this middle line you make. Then you make this much columns. So make it firstly. 2 minutes. I think a column is over. Okay, listen, I am going to enter the transactions in the cash book. So please take a page number 7.44. Page number 7.44. Question number 1. Question number 1. The first transaction return commenced the business with the cash 25,000 and the year is given 2020 May. This are also we can write the same date 2020 May. Okay. Then first transaction's date is May 1. That transaction is a receipt of cash or payment of cash. First transaction is which one? Receipt or payment? Think from the side of the business. Commence the business with the cash means businessman gave cash to businessman. Sorry, to the business. So business is receiving. So this is the receipt of cash. That is why this is a transaction. When we are recording in the cash book, it is coming in the receipt side. And what is the journal entry for this one? Cash account debited to capital. The credit aspect we are writing here to capital. To capital we are writing. The amount we are writing in the amount column here 25,000. 25,000. In the voucher number column, ledger folio column, we are not writing anything. This is for the practical use. Okay. Really, when they are making the cash book, then only this column is required. For a student, this column is not required. We are not writing anything in the voucher number column. And ledger folio column we need when we are making the triple column cash book. Okay. So first transaction ended to capital and amount written in the this side, receipt side. Moving to second transaction. Bought goods for cash. Bought goods for cash. It is a purchased goods for cash. Is it a receipt or payment of cash? Please reply.
It's a payment.
It's a payment. So this is a transaction we are taking the payment side. And if you are writing the journal entry, what is the debit aspect? Purchases. The entry is, if you are writing this in the journal book, the entry is purchases account debited to cash. So the debit aspect is the purchases. Purchases we have to write there. Firstly use buy, then purchases. In the amount column, 10,000. And the date is 3. We are May 3. In the date column 3 we have mentioned. Then next transaction, paid carriage. It is a payment. So here, by carriage, date will be same. The amount is 200. Now this is a simple only. You can complete this all. Okay, after reading the transaction, if the cash is receiving, take this side, and if a cash payment, you can take this side. This is very easy only. And next transaction, fourth one, sold goods for cash. Think about the cash. Cash is coming or going?
Coming.
Yes, it is a
Cash
receipt
account.
of cash. It is a receipt of cash. And we will take it this side. What is the credit aspect? If you are recording this transaction in the journal, what is the transaction? Cash account debited to sales. Two sales, okay. Two sales is the credit aspect. So here we are writing account. What is the amount? This amount is 6,000. 6,000. Then next 10th one, received from RAM 1,000. It is also received. 2 RAM 1,000. Date will be 10. Then on 12, paid it to Shiva Kumar. It is a payment. Sir, in the payment side it is coming. The date will be on 12. Then cash sales. Cash sales means the money we received. It is coming 8,400. Date is 15th. Then on 18th, purchased furniture for cash for office. Buy furniture. Next transaction, paid for advertisement. $500. Purchased goods from Mohan on credit. That transaction will not come. All of you listen. On 22 transactions are there. First one we will record paid for advertisements. But the next one, purchased goods from Mahesh on credit. It is a credit transaction. What are the transactions we are taking in the cash book? Only cash transactions. That is why this transaction will not come. On 20, purchased goods from Mahesh on credit. This transaction will not come in the cash book. So leave that transaction. Next one, paid it to Mahesh. 24. By Mahesh. $4,000. Then paid wages. By wages. Received for commission. Commission receipt is a cash receipt. Withdrew for personal use. By drawings. And the last transaction, paid salary. Okay, so all the transactions we entered. By simply entering, our work is not completed. We have to do one more thing. We have to find out how much balance is there. Okay, how much cash balance is there with us at the end of this month. Now this is the month, this is May. So end of this is 31st May. How much cash balance is with us? This we need to find out, and this we have to write in this column. So for finding the balance, listen carefully. First of all, This salary is not written. Salary 200.
700.
Then after that,
Sir, on 27th also.
sorry.
So on 27th, the commission received also. You have not entered this.
Okay.
400.
Then after entering the transaction this much, then one more thing is there. This is known as totaling and balancing. Okay. After making this all the entries we written here, next process is we have to do the totaling of both the sides. This side totaling and this side totaling we have to make, and we have to find out how much balance is there or not. Okay. For that purpose, first of all, we are drawing one line only in the amount column. Here one line we are writing in the same level. Here also we are drawing one line. Actually, here lot of spaces they do not draw line here. This line should come in the same level. Okay. So one line we are drawing. Then there are two methods there to do the totaling. One minute in the textbook they are following.
Sir, we have received the commission of 1500 rupees,
One
not
second.
400.
1 second. How much, sir?
1500.
Okay, 1500. Now, this is column total you have to write here. Use your calculator. This is total you have to write here. This is total also you write here. Okay. So use your calculator and tell me how much the total is coming.
So 41,900.
Which side? This side.
Yes, sir.
14.
1,900.
900. And this side
25,600.
25,600. Now, against this 41,900, we are writing total receipts. Total receipts. And here, this is the total payment. Total payment is this one. Not completed. Then, after that, here we are drawing one line. After that, double line also will give the same level here also. One more time we are making a horizontal line. After that, two double line also we are giving. Here also one line, then two double line. Then we are comparing this amount and this amount. In this, which amount is more? This is more.
Receipt.
41,000.
We have to write it. All the side we have to write this highest amount. 41,900 we are writing here. And here also 41,900. 41,900 we are writing. Then actually this is okay. This side is correct only. 41,900 written here also. But when we written here the amount is 25,600 only. But we written 41,900. So this statement is wrong. Okay, this is not correct. So here one amount also will come. Then only this will become this much. So from 41,900, you deduct this amount. How much amount is coming? That is
16,300.
16,300.
okay. I put here one question mark. In the place of question mark, you have to write the difference of this amount and this amount. There. How much, sir?
16,300.
16,300. And this is the cash balance we are having now. 31st May, the cash in our office is 16,300. Against this is 16,300, the writing will be by balance carry down. Against 16,300, writing will be by balance carry down. Okay, so and the date for this balance carried on will be end of that month. We are standing in the month of May. So this is the 31st May.
31st.
May is already written there. That is why there is no need of writing May. Only 31 only we have to write. So now for the month of May it is completed. And one more thing is there. Next month is what? After May, what is the next month?
June.
June.
So this is same accounts we will use for the month of June also. We will extend this line. We will extend this line and the June transactions we will complete in this one. So when we are starting the month of June, first of all, how much cash was there in the last month? 16,300. That money we have to write off the total. Here 16,300 we are writing at the beginning of June. And for this, the date June 1. June 1. For this amount, the writing will be to balance brought down. From there, we bring down, brought down. Okay. Now only this is over. We prepared for the month of May. End of the May, we received 16,300. This money will be there in the beginning of June 1. Then, like that, some transactions will be there. That will write under this one, and some payment also will be there. That will be given in the question. That we can write this side again. This type of totally we will make end of the month. Okay. So this class is over. And one more question is there to make the single column cash book. This you can see through website. Okay, class I did not take. Whenever I am publishing, I will send one message. Okay, then today's class is over. And if any doubt is there, you please watch that recorded class also. Then after that, you can ask the doubts. One more time, I will tell very briefly how to make the single column cash book in the website through website. Okay, so today's class is end. So thanks to everyone.